It's Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. DanGryder. Probable cause. I don't often make a video in the middle of the week. This is a rare exception. This is breaking news. I'm not going to waste any time on this. This is the Cessna 310R crash, Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's only hit the ground a few hours ago, but I'm going to use this to illustrate exactly what we're doing here. This is the power of the internet. We've got ADS-B, we've got ATC Live, we've got the transcript, we've got everything. I'm going to show you what I've gathered in about 3 hours' time since the airplane hit the ground. It's going to take NTSB 3 years to figure out what they think happened on this accident, and then they're not even going to be able to make a conclusion. There will be no recommendation. I'm going to tell you right now who the guy was and what he did wrong. This is Dr. Randall Sherman, a board-certified plastic surgeon living in Beverly Hills, California. This is his airplane. It's a 1978 310R with TSIO 520 engines. It's a turbo airplane. This airplane took off on runway 20. I'm going to show you the graphic here because I've got all the stuff. I've got the helicopter footage. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Listen to Randy here. He gets cleared for takeoff on runway 20. First of all, this is his voice. Let me back up. Let's back up and listen to his voice so you can match the voice with the voice print.
Well, I'm from the wilds of the Midwest, grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I was committed at an early age to be a fighter pilot in the Marine Corps, but obviously that didn't work out.
This is Randy with the takeoff clearance on runway 20.
Twin says 51 Charlie, runway 20, right turns approved, clear for takeoff, wind's gone. Clear for takeoff, 51 Charlie, thanks for help.
Now, the next thing that happens is that Dr. Randy declares an engine failure off of 20, and what does ATC immediately do? ATC gives him a left-hand turn. What does Randy do? Randy complies. The problem is it's a left engine failure. ATC just turned him into his dead engine. Remember, engine failure on a turbo airplane, do not turn into the dead engine. Raise the dead. He needed a right-hand turn.
51 Charlie's got an engine failure. And say again? 51 Charlie's got an engine failure. 51 Charlie, Roger, you make the left turn to runway 33. Roger, 51 Charlie. 51 Charlie, you're clear to land any runway you want. The winds are calm. 51 Charlie, I'm going to get some altitude. All right. And 51 Charlie, it's the one engine? One engine. Roger.
Look at this graphic. Off of runway 20, he could have gone anywhere straight ahead. It's totally clear. Gear up, flaps down, straight ahead, belly landing would have saved the day. He tried to turn it left. He did a VMC roll. He got it slow out here, and the whole thing hit directly into this house. Fortunately, there was no one at the house. Here's the flight path of what I think Dr. Randy did. The whole entire sequence only took 2.2 nautical miles off the end of runway 20, and here's the path that it flew. It just flew a nice, hard left-hand turn all the way around until it stalled and spun. I can't tell the exact altitude that it gained, but it wasn't much. He was struggling. He was struggling the entire time. Dr. Randy is a plastic surgeon. He was a plastic surgeon. I'm going to hold off releasing this video until next of kin have been notified and this information is public on who it was, but I can tell you right now, here's Dr. Randy's credentials. He's actually very well qualified. He's got a lot of stuff, including a DC-3 type rating. I never met Dr. Randy, but I did talk to him on the phone a few times over the years concerning DC-3 things. I can't really remember, but when I heard his voice on the radio, I recognized that voice as soon as I put two and two together. That is the same guy. Here's the house that Dr. Randy lived in. He was not hurting for money, and that's the crazy thing here. You're obviously successful. Why would you not want to take a little bit of training? If you're at 72 years old and you're flying around in a 310, the weather is perfect in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The weather is perfect. Any third grader should be able to make a takeoff, lose the left engine, and survive it. That airplane will still climb 300 feet a minute, even at that field elevation. Remember, Santa Fe, New Mexico is about 6,300 feet. You got to do everything right. You got to know what you're doing, but you could still climb 300 feet a minute. If anything, you could maintain level flight and think about a nice, easy right-hand turn. I'm kind of disappointed with ATC gave him a left-hand turn before they knew what was going on. In a twin, turning into that dead engine was the kiss of death. Here's some helicopter footage to show you right here. Here's what it looks like from a helicopter flying over it. Immediately, this thing hit into a mobile home. I can't tell if it's a one or two, if it's a single or a double mobile home. Anyway, it hit directly into here. Here it is. Here's the wreckage path. Notice that the wreckage path is almost opposite of runway heading. That wasn't the direction he was coming from. That indicates a heavy left wing down, half turn spin, got it going almost the opposite direction before impact. Here's the flight aware track. I'll show this to you in live time, in real time here as it goes. This is where the flight aware shows that the airplane went. Once again, I'm most upset because we got people out there flying around in both singles and twins that when a scenario occurs, they are not ready for it. Dr. Randy should have been able to handle this particular scenario no problem. I can't believe that he allowed this to happen, allowed this 310 to get slow, and it went over. If you're a pilot flying around, AQP is not my idea, and I don't own it. It simply says that there are scenarios, things that are going to happen to you. The FAA does maneuvers. Those are not surprises. The S-turn across the road and the steep turn, those are maneuvers that you use to get your pilot's license. AQP is scenarios. I can tell you every one that there is for single and multi, the things that are going to happen to you. I guarantee you, if you fly long enough, one of these scenarios is going to raise its ugly head. If you're not ready, you're going to die. That's all it is. AQP for general aviation is a great idea. I hope that you'll support that. This particular video is going to stay up and on the air for forever. This is an archived one. I'm not taking this down. This is a huge lesson. Our deepest respects and condolences to the family and friends of everyone in California. He lived in Beverly Hills. Very well loved and respected surgeon out there. A horrible, horrible loss. We're going to take instantly the opportunity to learn from this. You guys out there, especially in your multi-engine airplanes, make a pre-takeoff brief.
Most throws on takeoff brief. So on takeoff, I expect to lose my engine. Once I lose my engine, I will say, there it is, push.
Know where you're going, know where the flat area is, and if you lose the left engine, turn right. If you lose the right engine, turn left, or better yet, go straight ahead. Don't be afraid to get out Google and look straight ahead off the end of 20 and see that it's flat for the next 9 miles. Take this thing straight in, full flaps, and gear up. The insurance company owns it. You open the door and go to dinner. It's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry that I get all fired up about this, but this is another classic case. You want to know why your insurance is out of sight? This will be a multi-million-dollar loss by the time you get done with liability and payout and everything else. We lost a house out of this deal. We lost an airplane. We lost a guy. You got life insurance. You got everything else, and it's so simple. The whole thing is so dirt simple. We have got to start preventing these things. Don't wait on FAA and NTSB to help you. Take it upon yourself to figure out what you got to do out there to stay alive in your own tiny little itty-bitty fledgling airplane. You have got to. Otherwise, I'm going to get on YouTube and make a video and show your picture on how you died in your airplane. I'm going to get this thing up and on the air. I'm actually going to load it and upload it and get it ready to go. I will not release it until they release formally his name, and I know that all next of kin have been properly notified. And then this is a learning video. It's going to stay up and on the air for my tiny little itty-bitty fledgling YouTube channel, DanGryder. Probable cause.